So welcome back. Hi. We don't need this. Do we? Yes, we need this. Uh, this should give a lot more visibility. Here we are. So I divided the tasks, and we have now this Kanban system. GDB stands for Game Dev Boom Boom. Uh, uh, uh. So what we have is I need a C type. I need a C type. Okay, this doesn't work. The keyboard is not working. I need a C type. But yes, at least this is working, right? Yeah. So this. One story point. Will be equivalent to 1 hour. This is the mechanic that this is the rule that I'm setting it here. So various organizations have their own set. So some organizations say one story point is equals to 1 day, but that is 0.7 of the story point day is 0.7 of the day is dedicated to development, and 0.3 is dedicated to testing. That is one story point. They have their own ways to define story points. I am setting it in such a way that one story point should be equivalent to 1 hour. Why so? Because This way I can actually track uh, at the unit level how much of productivity, how much of work am I getting done within 1 hour. So the more that I increase this value, if I increase this to something about 5 hours or 8 hours, or let's say that if I say that this is just 1 day, one story point is 1 day, and I assign a couple of things to me for 1 day, I really can't get the productivity at a minute level. I will have to check my aggregations on basis of 1 day scale, which is fine when we are working on a big project. But when I'm building something that should be built within a 2 week span, it doesn't make a lot of sense to set tasks on basis of 1 days, but it's rather wise to go as much unit level as I can. So 1 hour is something that I want to set here. So one story point should be equivalent to 1 hour, which means that 5 story points, I cannot do that, nice, which means that 5 story points, okay, still not working, black, 5 story points, right? 5, this ticket should take something about 5 hours. The player movement system, now this is going to come under the section mechanic, like the implementation. How do I say it? So I will have to define a set of rules with which those pixels can move around. We were discussing this in last video, but there was an interruption. But anyways, so mechanic, yeah, player movement system. What we will do is we can make the player move left, right. We are working on a 2D game, right? So instead of moving forward, we are going to make it as jump, and maybe crouch. Not really, I'm not super sure about the crouch part, but these 3 implementations we will do. So move left, move right, and jump. Yeah. Then yeah, player movement system is not going to include jump. This will be done in jump mechanic. This is going to be my second ticket. Third ticket will be dash ability. So I'm assigning 5 hours to this because maybe I will have to dig in some of the Rust concepts, or how do I actually do this in an optimized performant way, because once I complete this, I don't want to go back to these individual mechanics. Once it's done, it's done. It's ready. It should be good to be shipped. That's why I'm assigning decent amount of time to these. So then there is going to be this thing, bomb placement and explosion. Have you played that game in which we had some walls? We used to play that game in that PS2. There were walls, and we had this one man who was walking around between these walls. So whenever he used to drop a bomb, we used to go away, like we used to run really away, because this is going to blast and it is going to do some damage up till this limit. But then we used to go and grab some power-ups, so that damage was extended a lot more. So I'm planning to build something like that. And then we had some enemies, something like that, but way much more optimized, way much more enemies, at least better AI, if not a lot of enemies. I can plan to have a lot of enemies because we have entity component system. It's going to be data driven, so it's going to be fairly easy on the system to handle this. But yes, so maybe some we will limit the scope. Not a lot of type of bombs, not a lot of type of abilities. For the prototype at least, we will just focus on explosion and bomb placement and a really nice art style. Art style comes later, it's not the priority. First we need to build something that is fun without any art. So yeah, that is the way to go. Not a lot of features. Scope. Okay, then once that is done, we will have a basic enemy AI. This much is something. Okay, I cannot do that. My keyboard is not attached, guys. This much is something that we need to do in this sprint. So a sprint, just like one story point is equals to 1 hour, one sprint. I'm defining one sprint approximately equals to 1 week. Okay, now similar to this, various organizations have their own systems. Majority of the times I think this is 2 weeks, but because I'm the only person here, I can bend the rules as I like, and I'm bending it this way: 1 week. One story point, one sprint is going to be roughly approximately 1 week. The reason is same. I want my aggregations to be monitored and tracked. I want to see how much productive am I getting over time, or how much am I losing over time. That insight is going to play a big role moving forward. It's kind of important to me. So yeah, tracking is a thing. Then I don't think we have anything else to cover here. Starting from this one, where we have the player movement system. Now what will this consist of? Player movement system is going to have things like, yeah, simple moving left and moving right. But how do we do that? So I think we already have a system for that. Let me check this real quick. Particles, player particle events. We don't need that. Audio. So within player, do we have something? Turret, mouse look. I don't think we have defined it here. Mod menu lives, input, toggle full screen. Nah. So yeah, we will have to do something about it. Plus, yeah, GBB01, right? Add player entity. This is already done. We'll just we had some changes. These ones not related to the actual reason of creating this, the intentions, but yeah, we'll push it and we'll mark this one as closed. So from here onwards, we'll start working with this one, GDB1. Okay, cool. So let's just delete all this that we just write down. We just written. We don't need any of this. Quickly check. Yeah. This is not what we want. Maybe eraser. Yeah, eraser. Erase it. Erase all of it. Nice. Okay, guys. So let's start. this movement system. How do we deal with this? Yeah, first let's just push it. I'll go to GitHub. What are you talking about? We just pushed. Didn't? Oh shit! We just pushed that to origin, to master. But yeah. Yes. Now we push that to that. We have a pull request. Yeah, you can merge automatically. Create a merge commit. All commits from this branch. Rebase. This the one commit. Be rebased. Merge commit. Form automatically. But after that, I want to delete the branch. Okay, yeah, with that we have done this. We are merged. We have our first pull request that is closed. Excuse me. Okay. Well, it's essentially the same thing when I'm in the master only. Okay, now what to do is create a new branch and name it as GDB1 player movement system. Now we have switched to that branch. What to do? Agent master git pull. Regardless, yeah, I know. Now git, not git cargo. maybe. They should not give me anything. Should give me a clean build. Give me a clean build, please. I beg you, give me a clean build. Give me a clean build. I beg you. Or I will put you in a bag. And then I will bag you down. And up and down and up and down. Oh my god. You're furious and fat. Supersonic like JJ Fat Air. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, through all these lonely nights. I love you, baby. Give me this bill right now. Yeah, here we go. Cargo check. Why is this taking time? We just built it. I thought under the hood cargo bit did a cargo check first. Why is this taking time? Why is this taking time? Oh my god. I love... Okay, it's done. Cargo. Clippy. Here we go. Nice. Cargo clippy. Cargo format. Is there something in it? Cargo mesh. Yeah, it does not match it. Cargo match. Done. None of these is giving me any error. You can also try running. Fuck. No, I apologize. I will be more professional. I have to be more professional. How can I say things like that? It doesn't suit me. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We need this. And we will use this. We will use it as we please. And then when we are done, we'll still not stop using this. We will continue, keep using this. Let's go to Bevy game engine. Bevy game engine. We go to learn, we go and check some official examples, and then we go how to move around, because it is important to know how to move around. Without that we don't move. Games. Breakout. How do I break out? I don't know. We do it somehow. Wall. Setup, then move paddle. Apply velocity, update scoreboard, check for collisions, play collision sound, ball collision. Okay, lots of this is just collision. Fair. Move paddle. So how do we do? So keyboard input, we get the keyboard input, we get the transform, we get the time. The thing is, we can only move something when something exists. So first we need to make something that exists. I hate you, baby, and if it's not alright, just leave me, baby. But regardless, let's proceed this way. So what this says is we have time. Yeah, we have a direction. We have, if we press left, then direction should be negative. If we press right, then direction should be positive. If we press nothing, the direction should be, it doesn't matter what the direction is then. Pretty much it. Horizontal pedal position based on player input. So yeah, here we have a function that can move things around. And that is engineering in a nutshell. Copy, paste. Of course, thing doesn't work like this. It is asking what is this thing here. For that we have to do some setup. But will we set up, guys? Start upload ground. Nice. We need to introduce a function that is going to set up our character. Public function player, maybe we'll keep the name as this for now. Commands, then yeah, we will need asset server. Res mute asset server. So it is a resource, and the way res works is it stores it inside my game, and instead of loading it each time my function is called, it consider that as a resource that is universally available in the game. The function setup layer, commands dot spawn. Now I need to give in a bundle here. This bundle is going to consist of the sprite and a transform. Same thing. What will I do is I will copy the 4 lines. I will jump to the 10th line. I will paste it. Remove the unnecessary things. I have a spawn. So with that, I can spawn something. Why is spawn giving me the problem? Spawn a new entity with the given component, return the entity's correspondence. Okay, what are you crying about, dude? Yeah, the return type. There's no return type, so I cannot basically do this. I need to do this. So here we are. We have spawned something. This is not something that I want to spawn though. I want to spawn something on top of this. How would I do that? I would go to assets, saves, buildings. I need a character. Krita? Yeah, I have Krita. How about if I create something completely black? And completely black, I mean completely black. New file. 28 by 200. What is this? Pixel. Yeah, let's go with that. So we will take this one, choose a black color. Will not do anything with this. We will just do this. Okay, so this is big black dot. Maybe I will do something like this as well with this. Yeah, this works. Doesn't. This works. Big black dot. We'll just export this. Export. The purpose of this is just to make sure that something is spawning. Yep, go. Let's go. Latest PNG file should have alpha, just black, big black dot. I don't need this anymore. Now what I do is here I give a name. What name? Test player, right? That is what we had given it. Player test. Okay. So player test.png, we have this, we have the transform to p00, but I want it to be a little more closer to my camera. If Z is, I think Z, I don't know, I will have to check. but maybe this should be -1 so that it is closer to the camera. uh, Scale 0.5. Let's see what happens. But how will I do this? I will just introduce it here. Setup player. Done. Let's test it out. Before that, we will have to make this as not available to us. Cargo run. Yeah, this is going to do some calculated things, and after that it should be available. I don't know what is going to happen. If this works fine, it should show me the background image, and then it should show me player test image on top of that. There is no player image. Maybe it is behind this. That is the only thing that is justified. So let's try 1. I did include that function, right? Yes, I have. Yeah, we have this thing. So 1 means closer. Okay, so this is like this. We have the y-axis, we have the x-axis. No, this should be left-handed. Yeah, so this is how this works. Using my left hand, x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Are you sure though? Maybe. Yeah, what we can do is we can test this out just by giving it some values, like 10 here and 10 here. So I'm sure that z is towards me. That is 100% sure. Now, cargo run. If x and y are like this, it should show a little bit to the right, 10 units, and a little bit to the top, 10 units. What happened? Let's go a little more white here. Can't really see that effect. So yeah, it is. I think earlier it was somewhere here. Let's go 1000. 1000 will be way too much, I guess. Let's go 500. But I think the point is clear. It follows left-handed thumb rule, where thumb is z-axis. Yeah, it's gone. It should be somewhere here. Right. So it's positive x-axis, positive y-axis, and z is towards us. Plus, it starts at the center of the screen. Center is the origin. It's not like other game engines. Some of them follow 0 0 from here, and z-axis is towards us. It follows the center of the screen, which is really nice actually. So this is our origin, but a little bit further, a little bit closer to us. This is origin. This is nice. If I make this smaller, is it at the same position? Maybe. How about we go this? I like it. I love it. I love this. It's time to implement it's time to implement so instead of, I just want you to grab my player transform. So get single mute transform with player. Now how do you define a player? When I said do this, I forgot to add that player marker. use create model player. Perfect. This one. So what happens is this is going to import player from here. This, if I show you, we this is where we said that our player is already present when I was working on that GBB0001, right, where we were trying to create this player component. So this is actually already here. Go to the implementation. I'm just going to search for the implementations. I don't think there are any references. Where is my reference? This one. Open file. Huh? Oh, this is a different one. Let's just go to main. So this is our player. Now what we are doing is we are getting the transform. We're getting the mutable value for mutable reference of transform and the first of it. So basically there can be a lot of entities. Wait, I can show you it this way. I don't like the white, so first of all let's switch to dark. Let's have a pen. Opacity is fine, this one is fine. Yeah. So what am I trying to say is we have a world, and in this big world we have lots and lots of entities. These entities have lots of stuff within them, maybe position, velocity, rotation. Position and rotation we can collectively call them as transform. Then we have velocity, maybe force, acceleration. These are all the components that we can assign to entities. So basically an entity is just an ID. Okay, where let's say that an ID is just I32, correct? So this I32, there our world is going to be a collection, a big collection of these I32s. So let's say that this is a vector of type I32, where each of these values is going to represent me, let's say 1, 2, 3. This is going to represent this entity, this is going to represent this entity, and then all these entities, where is my all these entities are going to be something like a list of components. This component, let's say velocity, this component say position, this component say rotation, and what under the hood they are is just structs. So an I32 which is representing some entity in the world, this is my entire world which is being represented by this vector. I'm really simplifying this. It is not as simple as this. There are some different things. It could be a unique UUID, something like that, but it is supposed to be a little more complex than what I am trying to explain, right? But under the hood, this is the concept. If you had to create a minimalistic game engine, this is how you would proceed. You have an array which is basically not an array but a vector. Array is usually of fixed size, vector is of dynamic size. Vector which has some which has entities. These entities are going to be some number which represents some ID for individual entities. Entities are just collection of components. This is entity, component, okay, right? This is a component. These components are just structs. So how would I define a struct? Let's say velocity. What does a velocity has? Let's see. So if this is a graph, this is 0 0, and I want to say that there is some velocity. What is velocity? Velocity is speed and some direction, right guys? So speed and direction, maybe speed is 5 units, but then there is going to be a direction. So direction in a graph, it is represented by the value of x and value of y. So maybe this is my velocity, maybe this is my velocity, represents a vector, right? Now this is my velocity. How would I define velocity? I would say something like struct. One second, this is getting a little messy. I need to move a little this direction, right? So give me eraser, I will quickly clean that up. Velocity, I will clean this. Struct velocity, and I would define this struct as x, which could be of type f32, and y, which would be of type f32. Now what this represents is my x and my y. So this is how I would represent my velocity component. How would I say that this is a component when it comes to Bevy? How could I say that this simple struct is a velocity? Using this, I would say derive component. This marks my struct to be a component for an ID, for an entity in my world. Now this is just data, right? If I want to update my velocity, like this is stationary, what would I have to do to make it move? Or more like, let's say position, not velocity, but now let's switch this up to position. Let's say that I have position. This will also be a similar structure. We will have some value of x and some value of y. Maybe we are here in respect to world. If I draw the what we say, the graph, and I would represent this this position somewhere here where we have some value of x and some value of y, right? So this position is stationary. If the entity is a rock, we don't want to move it, but if the entity is a player, we want to move it. We want to move it on basis of the input. So when I press a key, like let's say I'm pressing a key, then x should go left, or x should go in the negative direction. If x is here, let's say x has a value of 5 and I'm pressing the a key, I want this to move a little left. That is current value of x minus dx, or minus something, some value, not dx, let's say x1. x1 sounds nice. x1 is a value I am giving it by which it moves whenever I press the key A. Now I will not, this x1 is a little complicated. I'll just not keep it as 5.0 or 1.0, since our position is already 5. I will just keep it as 1.0. okay, so I will not make it as just 1.0. I will multiply it with something, basically change in time, because my computer is going to process this one in some time. So a computer that has 8 cores and lots of threads is not going to take this value 1 or perform this operation in the same amount of time which another computer with just 1 core and 1 thread is going to perform. By the time this operation is performed by a computer which has 1 core and 1 thread, 2 threads, 4 threads, but 1 core, something like that, by that time the other computer with more cores and more threads, that one has already performed it 3-4 times. So in one screen, if I make it side by side, in one screen, if this moves here, on the other screen it may have moved here. So I need to multiply this with change in time, like how much frames, or how much when is the next frame rendered, on something like that, so that this does not happen. So if this does not happen, what happens is on both screens, difference of time ultimately renders me same movement. This is what we are trying to implement. Not really complicated. In that we have the dt thing. We'll just multiply it with that. It's directly available in Bevy. It's directly available in almost all the game engines. So not complicated, but yes, this is what we are aiming for. So we have a struct this. So now this operation will be performed in a function, right? Now that function movement going to take in some inputs, some parameters, arguments, and then this function movement here we will have this thing, this operation when performed within a function, this is going to update the position. So this is my system which is going to update my components, my data system. This is what the whole thing is: entity, component, and system, ECS. This is the paradigm. If you go on YouTube and search for it, you will find way much more easy ways to understand this. I made it a lot complicated, I guess, but yeah, this is what this is. With that, we are almost done. So here goes our explanation for what we are trying to do. Move pedal, but we will name it as move player. Okay. So new pedal position, we'll change this to new player position. Keyboard input, that is fine, that is nice and easy. Put time, that is what we want. So see the time here, we are multiplying it with time into delta 6 seconds. So what this do is returns how much time has advanced since the last update as of 32 seconds. So we multiply by this, and whenever we multiply by this, it gives us exact this effect, this dt effect. So what is this useful for? This part, on two screens, same movement, despite having different capacities of systems. Pedal transform, we don't want the name pedal at all. So yeah, it says that pedal is not clear. We will just say player transform translation.x. But how do we get the player thing, right? So whichever component has, whichever entity has these components, the player component and the transform, and we have both, we have transform as well as player. So we want the mutable reference so that we can update it, and we have the player just with player. What is this asking? Type annotations needed. Okay, maybe if I do it as F32, this should work. But then what player speed, pedal speed is 10.0. Let's start with this, right? And left bound is, I need window for this. I need window. How do I get window? I have some components which could help me do that. Camera, UI, no. Any camera. Okay, so where was that when we were trying to, you know, do things like primary window? Yeah, this is exactly what we need. toggle full screen. But what we will do is we need to find the width, and first of all we will copy this and we will paste it here. This gives us access to window. Let now how do we window primary window mode single mute. We need single mute. Now we just need single because we just need those dot unwrap. Ideally I wouldn't be using this unwrap, but just want to check dot size height. Window dot width. Right, these are the exact two functions that we need. So what we will do is we'll handle it right here. Match, and we just need two values. Some okay value. If we have some value, then return me something else. If it is error, actually I don't need error. What I will do is I will go and return me a tuple. Right, val dot width val dot height. So this is fine. This is going to give me F32s, but in case if we fail to get a single, I want it to be some default value. I want to be, what is the nice one, 1080 by 720. What is the HD resolution? One two eight zero by 720. So that is 720. 80 720. So yeah, we are hard coding it, but it's fine. We don't need these two. So here as well, we don't need left bound. Yes, wall thickness. So where is left wall? So left wall is exactly so this is where we are trying to stop. Basically, if I have to share, so we need to give bounds. Why? The reason is we have this as a window. It is going to have some resolution. Bevy is taking origin as here. So if our screen is 1280 by 720, right? I don't want my player to pass this position. It should not be able to go outside the window from here or from here or from here or from here. So we are giving it bounds. One way to handle this is collisions using Bevy Repeat 2D or Avian 2D or some other physics library. What we can do is we can create walls here and assign collisions to them, and our player is also going to have some collisions. So whenever they collide, whenever there is an interaction, they our player is not going to be able to pass through it. It will have to stick there. It's kind of a hit event. So there's that thing. And how do we implement it? We divide this thing by 2, and if we divide this thing by 2, we get this and this. But then, so we don't want to go before this, right? Half of this, we can travel this much distance. Yeah, that's it. If we go beyond than this, so we can go from here to 1280 to here. This is our range in which we can move. This is what is being told here. Left wall is going to be thank you, thanks a lot. Parallax. Making sure it doesn't cause the pedal to leave the arena, right? So one left wall thickness, pedal size x by 2, pedal padding. We don't need that. We don't need none of that. Or we can do that eventually, but for now we'll just keep it as width by 2. Minus. Okay. And similarly for right bound, there's a simple way. Just do this, go to n and do this. Okay, now width divided by 2.0. Now pedal transform, no, player transform. Not the pedal, but player transform. New pedal transform, new player transform. Okay. So if this works, nice. Player primary window. I don't have a primary window. Okay. Maybe I need to import this. What are you talking about? With windows? Mutable. Yeah, variable does not need to be mutable. That is so true. That is the truest thing I have ever felt in my entire life. I don't even know how to think about this, but I don't even need height as well. Height was not used. This has been a hell of a journey. I don't know. I should. Now here comes the new thing, not for me though. Update. So we have schedules, right? In this one I'm going to add it to update, add a new system to update schedule, which says move player. As simple as that. What happens is why is this error? Please don't be an error. Distant type annotations needed. Why do you need type annotation? Is this not the one? No, it should be update only. Add systems. Yeah, I'm doing it fine. First we have startup, then we have add systems update. Where is this wrong? No such value. Move. Oh, I need player. Yeah, now this works. Cargo run. Let's hope for the best. Yeah, it's moving. Yeah, it's moving. It moves left and right. We don't have anything like, okay, let's increase its speed first of all. If you remember, we set it to 10. We don't want it to be 10. Let's make it 100. Pump it up. Gotta go run. Yeah. Yes, it's more like it. It's more like it. So we have an image of a player that is black and that is moving around. If we go to full screen, yeah, the thing is there is no collision, so don't expect it to interact with the ball. Instead, all it can do is go left and right. There's no gravity, there are no such systems. But you see how powerful this system can be. We can introduce gravity system as we please, and all we have to do is just to remove that system from here, and then there will be no gravity, there will be no force, there will be nothing. If I remove just this add systems and a player movement, I can replace this movement type with a new movement type whenever I feel like it. So I love this plug and play kind of thing. You keep what you want, you don't keep what you don't want. It's just the best. With that, we're done. I think we have the movement implemented. So the purpose of this player movement system, yeah, player movement system is done. So if we go here, player movement system, which was supposed to take 5 hours, we have done it in less than 5 hours. But all we can do is go left and go right, no? But that is the purpose, no? Then we have jump mechanic. Maybe we should go up and down as well, and no jump mechanic. That will be really simple, and I can remove it whenever I want though. So what I will do is translation.x, player position clamp and max right. Okay, so if I do it right, it's not, it goes right away. No purpose then. We'll just close this. Then let's say that I want translation.x. I want something similar. Y to Y. X. This one is going to be Y. Y direction. Direction. Yeah, directions. Direction. This is going to become X direction. X. X. Now Y7Y. This is going to become Y. 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 And here up, arrow up, and similarly arrow down. Direction X. Direction X. Okay, with that we have this setup. Nah, this is Y. Nah, we'll go Y. Direction Y. So we have, this one should be positive, this one should be negative. So when we are going up, this should be positive direction, since this rule, right? We are Z towards us, so Y up is positive and Y down is negative. So this should work. The player position, player position, player position X. And similarly, we need these ones as well. Y to Y, P, up bound, down bound, but instead of width we'll have to do height. Now because we have used this height, we need to go to line number 34 and we do this. We go back to line 34 down, player position Y, up bound, low bound. We need to copy these two, Y to Y, and this yeah, this, the translation will be in the direction Y and position should be Y. This should be up. No, this is min, right? We go down bound first and then we go up bound first, up bound then second. Okay, so this should be it. This, with that, we just introduce movement in Y direction. This is, I don't know what this is. Should work as expected. I just hope there are no runtime crash issues. What is it waiting for? Thread compute task pool 1 panicked. Okay, we are not going to get it. Something happened. Close the program. I don't know, something happened. President exit successfully. What happened? Translation dot play transform. Okay, so instead of dealing it like this, what we will do is we will what happened? So we don't have translation. From translation, vec 3 new. Where is it? New. And then we have this, but then we also need one more value, I guess. The vec 3 new, it has to be 3 values. X. Where is the other one? So this is X, this is Y, and this should be Z. X. Maybe like this. Okay, something's wrong. Found transform. Expected vec 3 found transform. Player position X. It's F32. Clamp between this. What is it saying? Vec 3 found transform. Ah, this is expecting a vec 3 itself. So this is not. Yes, maybe this works. There's no reason for this one to not work. Okay, there is another error. 0. Panicked. Max is greater than min. Min is greater than max. Man, okay. So there is something. Maybe up bound is oh my bad. This should work. Cheers. Where's our body though? Oh, it's at 0. I cannot keep it at 0. Need to keep it at 1. That is the thing, right? We cannot place it before. So see, it moves. Plus it moves with W as up key and down key and right key, and so there's this thing, there's this effect. We need to resolve this one as well. So if you observe, when I'm going right, I'm going fast. When I'm going left, we are going right, we go okay, left we go okay, but when I press both of them together, we go really fast. This is something that we'll have to fix, but we'll fix this in a bug later. For now, we are done. We have implemented the movement system successfully. We will quickly check with cargo check. We'll check with cargo clippy if everything's okay. We will check with cargo B if this builds, which is builds, we know. We'll format this. We formatted this. We'll do git add dot git commit gdb 1, and we have implementation of movement system, 4 directions, right? Git push u origin gdb 1 player movement systems. Okay, git push u origin gdb 1 player movement system, pushing, and done. We'll go back to our GitHub. No, not this one. Where is mine? GDB1 player movement system had 3 changes. Yeah, compare and raise pull request 3 seconds ago. This is the one that we are. Nothing much. We'll just copy paste this. We'll create pull request. Merge pull request. Confirm changes. Delete branch. Kaboom. Okay, so with that we have a master branch, only master branch, and we just have implemented a couple of things here. In assets we must have that player test png. If I open this, there it will be just a black character, and done. So this is one of the things getting off the board for today. Next is jump mechanic. Start it tomorrow, guys.